Welcome, welcome. Okay, we're back. We have all our merchandise, everything. So we're good to go. Now what we have to do is, and I was gonna wait, but I changed my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and set up that Etsy store because you're not gonna find these prices for what I found them today. So again, this is Brenda Johnson, Canvas Tag School principal, owner and operator of Canvas Tag Clothing and Art Studio. Okay, so now, can I get a 6-pack of corn dogs and a large Sprite?
A 6-pack of mini corn dogs and a large Sprite?
Yeah. What?
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, I'll have this one left.
So you're not gonna find those prices that cheap. It's because, you know, it's winter. But see, what people don't realize, here in San Antonio, people don't buy like hoodies, even though some of these kids wear hoodies year round. But if you're selling online, it's still ice and snowing in other places. So, and we're gonna start our line super low, like, I mean, real slow. We're not in a hurry to, we're gonna have just minimum of whatever. And so today I gotta build that store, Shopee. And I did talk with the guy. He's like, no, you got this. So it should be easy. And then probably tomorrow, or once we get the clothes done, we are gonna take some to Homestead, my shop at Homestead, my art studio. We're gonna leave some there. And then we'll be good. And then I'm gonna do some socks. I wanna do some socks. I'm excited about that. Still a little woozy. I'm getting some little corn dogs to eat. I know that's not good. I can see my doctor now. I love that lady to death. She's a damn good doctor. She really is. She practically saved my life. I'm not even lying, y'all. She saved my life. Man, I would do anything for her. She needed a kidney or anything.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's going to be 864, please.
Mm-hmm. So I gave you my card. Never mind.
Yeah.
Wait up.
You gave me the card. I just thought I'd let you know how much it was. You know.
Some people want to know. I
Yeah,
hear you,
some
girl.
people wanna know
I
how
just
much
woke
it
up,
is.
so don't pay no attention to
Oh,
me.
goodness gracious. Oh, me too. Me too.
I'm retired and in heaven.
You used to be my first customer of the day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you're the first customer of the day.
What time y'all open? 10?
10. Yeah, but I just got here, so.
Oh, shame. Y'all need to get here earlier. Get her here early.
First customer entirely too.
Are you serious? Do I get something free?
Oh man, she said you could get something free.
I don't even eat ketchup, but I do need mustard.
Mustard?
I don't eat ketchup. So at least I know mine is fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's we dropped those minis so it'll be fresh up out the grease for you.
Yeah.
They're made to order, so
Yeah.
every order we get, we have to drop them. I gotta bring it up for that second.
Y'all, I don't know what's going on in here, but I ain't lying. When I tell y'all, they're just here. She's sitting there holding my card just like this. It's kind of scary. I'm the first customer, but there's someone behind me. Thank you, sweetie.
You got it?
I got it. I'm just waiting on my food.
Yeah. You got like 1 minute left, okay?
Right on, I'm not in a hurry. Take your time. She gave me mustard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's like, thank you. I don't have my food yet. I don't know. It's crazy.
My bad.
That's all right.
Window open.
She's going, y'all. We need to send that homegirl home. See, she's spousing. She is really spousing. She's out of it. She on something. This weather is a trip. So that's how it's going. I've taken y'all every single. We started this journey last week, and I've taken y'all on every single one of my journeys on this clothesline. Back when I did it years ago, I'm talking years ago, at least 10 years ago. Well, no, it wasn't that long. Maybe 10, maybe 5 years ago. 5 years ago. It wasn't like this. Man, that spray didn't do good on my stomach. It was about 5 years ago. And we did all those blue jean jackets and those pants. They sold a lot, but I just didn't have the time. And I had that Etsy shop. And it was hard because when I became a principal, I actually got higher pay, but I actually lost money in my business because, like, I needed to go to the post office and ship all that. Thank you. You too. Dear God, thank you for this food I'm about to receive. Amen. So, what was I going to say? Oh, so I had no one to take the stuff to the post office. It's easy now, too. You can even take the printer home and it prints the tags for you. I'm like, dang, they got it so easy now. Ooh, these are hot. Look what I got. Just something to get in my stomach. I don't know what's going on with this guy over here, but they having a field day. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on that. That's when I put my mouth on this ketchup. No one I were holding this ketchup. Dang, this sucker's hot. So I'm working on that. Getting it done. So I'm going to take y'all on this journey, and y'all tell me what y'all think. See how I do it? That's how I do it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. This sucker's still hot. It's burning my finger. And, I just want something in my stomach. Because, I don't know what the hell I got myself into, but it don't feel good. These are always good. You can't go wrong. Wiener Schnitzel. You can't go wrong with them. There's a lot of traffic out today. What's today, Monday? Yeah. There's a lot of traffic. So, this is the life of a principal, retired. So I wasn't able to go to the post office, take all my stuff, ship it out, take care of business like I needed to. I couldn't give my customers 100%. So I didn't do it anymore. So what I do is when I get home, I would take, and I'm blessed, I live in San Antonio, okay? And it's a little different because San Antonio is a hub for stuff in China. Most people, y'all can look this up. 99% of the people who go in the clothing business online and they make all that money, y'all, I'm not kidding you. All that comes from China, okay? Well, San Antonio is a hub for that. So the warehouse we just left and all that, man, they didn't give me a nap. The warehouse we just left, that's just a hub, man. So that's like if you buy online. people like all over the world buy in that place that I just left, but they buy online. It's crazy. But I'm blessed that we can just come in, look at it, and get it. We don't like it. We don't like the size. We don't have to put it in the mail and ship it back to them and, all that. So that's the thing about living in a big city. New York's the same way. They're a hub. There's these little holes in the wall you can go to in New York. And you'd be surprised what you find. So that's what I like. It makes it easier for us to do our business because we don't have to spend that time online searching for what we need, trying to find out what the material looks like, want to know if it's truly going to be that picture or not. We're able to just come in and order it. I have a friend who does a clothing business. She's good at it. She'll go in there and she'll buy 50 pieces. She'll put them on her line with nothing on them, just 50 pieces. Put them online in her shop and go up $2 on what she paid for them. And she's double tripping her money. That is good. I have a guy on the cane. I had to stop in the middle of the street. I have a guy on the cane walking across the street. Everybody else trying to run him over. And she makes a killing. She don't even put nothing on him. So where I put something on them, I can add $20 and it, whatever design you put on them, it goes up. And what people don't realize, the clothing business, lease is better. The lease you have on your site is better. Some people start a clothing line business and they'll have all this stuff on there, a lot of stuff. But if you just have 2 or 3 I got yous, like, dang, that shit is hard. You have that on your shop, you sell out. It's like a tease. So when they see it, they'll be like, okay, I gotta get this. Because homegirl ain't gonna hold it out. I know that. That's what you have to do. So, that's what we're gonna work on. So today is kind of like a work day. Even though I'm a little under the weather, at 5:30, we got to go back and pick up that stuff. But we don't have to. We can go pick it up tomorrow. But if I don't want to go out tomorrow, I would come at 5:30. They close at 6. Pick up my designs. The next thing I have to do when I get home today is do inventory on everything I just got, and then calculate how much I paid for it, each item, and what I'm going to sell them for. Now, what I'm going to sell them for, that won't happen today until I put something on them, and then I know. And okay, now here's another thing too. Let's say I don't have an idea, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to put nothing on here. I could just put them on my site and sell them like that. I have a friend, you know those hoodies where you put your hands in your pocket? Well, she sold me, she had a lot of them left over, and I bought 2 from her, and she was like, she's mailing them to me, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to send you 16 of them free. And because I'm trying to help people, like, she's like really already got her thing going. She's making a killing. Like, that's all she does. She has like a warehouse, people working for her, all of that. But I used to order from her years ago when I had my shop. Actually, we almost started our things at the same time. Well, that's all she did for a living. I was an assistant principal at that time. I didn't have time. And so her shop took off. So she told me, she's going to send me one of each color. She already did. It should be coming in. I don't have to pay nothing. See, they're for you. Because you gave back to our community. When I walked out, I don't know. No, I took, y'all weren't on camera. When I left the store right now, the guy was like, thank you for your service. I'm like, my service? Because when you do your paperwork, they put, like, you fill out all this paperwork, because you have to do your taxes, so they know I'm retired. But it's weird how everybody now are telling the people who work in the schools that thank you for your service. It's like the military now. That says a lot about what's going on with the schools in America. I had a guy open the door a minute ago when I walked out, y'all. He's the same way. Thank you, thank you. You earned that. No, it's just crazy. We only have 2 more of these little things left. They're staying down. I'm feeling better. Can't take medicine on an empty stomach. I do every morning. I was eating breakfast, but now I just don't want to. But this is a life. This is a real deal, y'all. This is how you do it. You know. You gotta do your brand. You gotta keep it going. And the reason I started my brand was, and this is gonna freak you out probably. This is my last one. This is my last one. These are really good if you ever go over there. They don't cook them until you order them. He wanted me to stop, but I don't want to stop. The number one problem I see with t-shirts designers and people who don't make it in the t-shirt world, I'm home, is that they don't, immediately when they try to start something, they gave me like all this ketchup for nothing. I don't even need all this damn ketchup. But good morning, hey Letty. So what they do is they try to start it their clothing store with a brand name, like something, a famous name or a motivational name. That don't work nowadays. If people are going to spend them, unless you can make that name famous some kind of way, off of something else, it's not going to work. And that's why I see most people fail at their clothing brand. Now, I say that I haven't sold, no, I'm lying. I was going to say I haven't sold a piece. But I was going to say I haven't sold a piece this year. But I'm lying. I've sold 3 jackets. I mean, they're gone. Those jackets I have for my shop, they're gone. They're gone already. And I put them on Nextdoor app to show them, put in the art section, when you go, like, you can go to the art. There's an art thing that we have. And on Nextdoor app, and I put my 3 jackets just to show the art, not to sell them. Because I do sell on Nextdoor app, too. And y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, them jackets, like, yeah, they were gone. And there was one, those Snoop Dogg ones were gone. And then I worked on a new thing yesterday and sent it to my daughters and my grandkids, because those are my voices, if it's going to work or not. And y'all, it was, like, amazing. But I put the Snoop on those jackets that I spray painted him, and then I graffitied it. Y'all haven't seen that one yet. And I'm going to put it on there, but I have to, when I put it on there, I gotta figure a way to put it online so y'all. Well, you know what? You'll see it because it'll be on the warm-up jackets, so you'll see them. But I say jackets. I did 3 hoodies, and I put them on there just to show the art. Y'all, those suckers so, man, they're like, hey, I'll come to your house and get one. And it was sad because it was like, it didn't really do me any good because the money was good, don't get me wrong. But 3 friends bought them. So they're all, you know, I shouldn't bitch because somebody bought them, but they never made it to my shop. But it was not the jackets that were selling. It wasn't my name brand that sold. It was the art on the jacket. Because my name brand is Next Level. Next Level Canvas Tag, but I just say Next Level because 2,800 people got the word Next Level, so it's hard to register that. So I just say Next Level Canvas Tag. So Next Level, see, with the C from Canvas, yeah. I do. You pray about it. But I got this big box. Y'all, look at this. Y'all can see this. But I'm gonna have to get off and get back on because unless I just walk in the house with, because what happened is my alarm system cuts on and off with my phone. Unless I want to run in and beat it. Y'all, let me show y'all what I walked out of there with. That's what I walked out of there with. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off the phone because I got it going on. That's what I walked out of there with. They had my whole order there, y'all. Look at that. Comfort colors made with respect. See, I'm gonna use that. So I gotta come back, get this box, come back, get dang. You hear them birds? Hello? Mommy's home. Watch my dog. Watch my dog. My dog's gonna go crazy, y'all. Watch my dog. You get to that alarm. Here she. Hey there. Hey. I gotta get that box in. You hear the alarm? Disarm now. Oh, shut up.
Your home is now disarmed.
Yeah, I had to go out there. Come on, dog.
Garage. Door.
So we're coming through the garage. Ooh, I forgot we got to clean this box too, don't we? We're gonna bring these clothes in. I'm gonna turn y'all around. I'm gonna come to the car and get these boxes. Yeah. This is the part y'all don't see. That's why I'm keeping it. So y'all can see the hard work we do. Love God. She used to love to ride. She didn't like to ride in my car. Now she loves to ride in my car. Okay, somebody's cutting their yard over. I said, hey, come my yard. I need to call my, thing. So we have our clothes. I wanted to show you all these colors out here in the light. Yeah, nice colors. Yeah. And then I like this color. This color. So these are gonna be nice. I'm gonna hook them up. You can sell them just like this. You don't even need anything. You can just set. If you live in San Antonio, you can sell these right here because you know they don't cost us that much. I bought some shorts for myself too. And here's a shirt. Here's a hoodie to those. You don't have. You can either sell a hoodie by itself, or you can sell it as one. And then this is my color right here. The black. I made the black. I need help. Pink. Yeah. And then the other colors we got were. Come out of this bag. They're black. So our clothing line is going really good. So we went to the thing. I get a discount because I have my license. So this is all this was sold. I ordered some of this on the mail, in the mail. Ordered some of this online, and then the rest y'all saw me at the beginning of this video. We went to the warehouse to pick it up, and so it's done. We have to redo all those clothes that we did the other day. Remember all those clothes we did that I was going to sell in my shop and on Etsy? They all sold before I can even get them anywhere. I have to quit putting stuff online. I put them online just so people can see what come on, dog. Hey, girl. Just so people could see, you know, what I was doing in the art. They didn't even go online for the sale. They just went on to art sites, you know, where we do art. And people bought them and they sold. And I was like, hold on, y'all. And I was like, wow. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Come on, go, dog. And I was like, wow. So I sold all those blue jean jackets. All that is gone. The only thing I have left, y'all, and it didn't sell because I didn't put it on there yet. Because I have to have something at my store. I'm going to show y'all. The only thing that didn't sell. It was two things that I didn't put on there yet. But this jacket, I don't know if y'all remember this jacket. Hold on. I'll show it to y'all. Everything else I showed y'all is gone. And this would have been gone, but I was like, no, I got to keep something. But here's this jacket. I don't think I showed this to y'all yet. Because I keep... Okay. It's a nice jacket. It's an Alt, name brand. There it is, y'all. Look at that. That's one of my old designs that I did. A couple of last month. And so what happened to these, I had 5 of them, remember? And what happened was, man, I was so mad. I let my granddaughter wear one to school, because I always make them one, and they model them for me. So I let her wear one, and then she wore it to school, and she said, Grandma, you got those other 3? And I'm like, yeah, what size are they? And I don't remember the size. I know 2 of them were smalls. I think the other ones are either a medium or a large. I think it was a large. Those suckers are gone. She sewed those suckers. And because what she does is she model. And we were just practicing on those 2. We wanted to see what they look like. But they came out better than I thought they were. And so, that was, remember I did that? Let me show y'all so y'all can see. And then you'll remember. Those of you that are following me, you will remember. We did it. We took that image off of the one, which I'm going to do some images today. We took it off of one of these, but it's upstairs, so I'm not going to go upstairs. It was one of these images that we did. And we did the coats that we're going to pick up today. They're going to come off of this image I did and this image I did. but we redid them to where I haven't dropped those yet. Somebody asked me the other day, actually it was yesterday, what do we mean when we say drop? What we mean is how can I say this? We haven't, we drop our line means that we actually, we put them for everybody to see them. That's the day they come out. You can order them. I guess another word for drop is order them. We put them where they're online and you can go buy them. That's what that means. So we didn't even get to drop those yet. I have that one jacket left. We didn't even get to drop them. They're gone. So the problem is since I started my Etsy store back, Etsy, I keep saying Etsy, it's not Etsy store, I'm sorry. Shopify store back. My problem is that I'm not going to have merchandise. I'm getting ready to, Wednesday, I'm dropping all the new stuff at my shop. So this order we just did today, part of that will go to the homestead. And then the rest will go on Shopee. So if you notice, I got one of each. So on Shopee, I'm only going to do like all smalls or all mediums. And then as I start getting orders in, I'll do more. But I only will put up on Etsy what I have done. And that's what happens. A lot of people will put like 5 or 6, that they have 5 or 6 of them, and they only have one. And then they'll put it up, somebody will buy it. And then on Shopify or Etsy, because I used to sell on Etsy too, on Shopify, and then they'll go to it, and then guess what? They go pick up the merchandise to put whatever they're going to put on it, their logo or whatever. And what happens is they don't have enough, there's no more, and they already sold it. So they have to refund that card back. So what I do is I only put what I have. Like I'll put one of each, and that way I don't have to worry. And then I'll start going to the post office, and then like, cause you get those, they send you those things and they just come out of the computer and you just put them on there, bag them up, and they're gone. That's how easy it is. The problem when I was doing it, I couldn't make that much money because I was at work every day. I didn't have time to do the business. I didn't have time to fool with it. But one thing I like about Shopify, and they don't pay me, is what I like about it is that they do it all for you. And then I was looking at my sales chart because I had it a long time ago when Shopify first came out. I had it, and so I was looking at it yesterday, and it was just a straight line across because I hadn't done it in 5 or 7 years, so it was just straight. But then if you do your history, you can see how high my peak was, and then you can see how it came down. And so I was up here selling, and then all of a sudden it started going down, down, down. I was looking at the dates, and I was like, okay, what was I doing this time this year? What was I doing this time of this year? And every single time that it went up, it was summer. When it went down, I was back at work. So that's why I was off in the summer, and then it would come back down. So it shows you all of that. And now it's like 10 times better than what it was back in those days. So I'm excited. It's not something I want to make myself rich. It's just something I can do to make extra income, for things I want to do with my family and my grandkids and stuff like that. Help out my community. That's a big thing for me, is to help out my community. That's really big. Because there's a lot of people who need help. Even though they're like homeless or on drugs or everything, we're not to question that. So I don't even question that. I just try to help them out, like take meals to them and stuff like that. I have to ask them like, hey, what can you eat? Because I've studied the streets. I'm almost finished a book about the streets. I just can't finish it because every time I start to finish it, it just gets crazier. What's going on? I started that when my kids were a baby. When I remember Heather's 36, and my kids can verify this. 36 years ago, I started a book on homeless people in San Antonio, and then my kids would go with me, and we were under the bridge talking to them. I would pay them to talk to me and stuff like that, feed them and everything. And I'd take my kids with me. That way they know this is a real world. I'll never forget. We just brought it up the other day. And those people, you know, they're lost. That could be us. We're one step from that, all of us. You know, it just takes one wrong decision, just one. And that's what I try to teach these kids. I had a whole, Friday I had a couple of parents. I went to the park and I met with their kids. And I should have videoed it, but I wanted to give them their privacy. But they said I could video it, but I wanted the kids to have their privacy because I want them to trust me. And the mom found marijuana in the kids' bedroom. And so we were talking to all the kids, all their families, they were all there. And I really had to tell the parents, you know, the kids, they're all seniors. They're all about to graduate. Most of them are pretty much almost top of whatever school they're at. I can tell you this, they're pretty high up there. I'm not going to say the name of the school because that's not important. Great parents, kids go to church, yes ma'am, no ma'am, you know, it's just, so that's it. They had a party and they got high. And one of the girls felt guilty and told the mom. So, like I said, they're all seniors. So we were talking, and the parents were freaking out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And some of you are going to disagree with what I'm going to say. But I told the parents, I'm like, you have to be in my world as a retired school principal. You have to been there. When I was at Judson High School, I was over all the discipline. And we had over 3,000 kids there, okay? I was over the discipline in that school, okay? So I know, and I've been in school this whole time. I was at the alternative school. So as an assistant principal, there's nothing I have not seen. So I talked to other people in other districts because we all were working. We'd go to a workshop and we're all from different schools. We would talk. So there's not much I have not seen. I had have murderers in my, as their principal or assistant principal, murderers. Okay, so it's nothing that I haven't seen. So when I'm talking to these parents, I tell them, I'm like, let me explain something to you. First of all, you're doing a damn good job parenting. I said, second of all, you're throwing everything away. You're not looking at the cup is half full, not half empty. You know, I personally, and I told these kids, I personally have never, and I'm saying kids, they were all 17. I have never personally smoked weed, period, ever. I just don't care for it. Have I smelt it? Of course I have. When I was in the police academy, they had to teach us and we had to stand there in some room while they lit it and we all sit there and smelled it so we could have probable cause if we pulled over a car. That is as close as I've come to smelling weed. It's like I don't drink. It's not because I look at people, oh, da-da-da-da-da. No. I don't look at it like that because people who drink, back in the days before alcohol was allowed, people used to look at it like we look at weed. And in some states, weed is there's not, you can buy and smoke it all you want as long as you're of age, and you know. So I had to tell the parents, I didn't say this in front of their kids. I said, you have to educate yourself of what's going on in the world because your kids are ahead of you. Because your kids already know over here in this city, this is legal, but over here it ain't. But they also you need to tell them, it's not that you're mad at them. Because when I talk to them, boy, the parents are mad, the kids are mad. I was like, what the hell did I get myself into? We're all at the park and everybody's mad. Well, I don't care about everybody screaming and yelling. I'm like, shit, what did I get myself into? No. This ain't, no, bye. But I didn't do that, you know, because I'm used to having parents yell and scream at me, which is sad that a teacher or principal is used to having kids or superintendents having parents yell and scream at you. That is sad that you just becomes a norm. There's something wrong with this world we're in. But anyway, so I said, okay. So I calmed everybody down. And then I told the kids, y'all go play on the swings. When's the last time y'all swung? When I was 3, 4, go have fun. So they went to go have fun. I texted the parents, I said, before this conversation can happen, y'all all have to be on the same page. I said, and you got to quit blaming that kid or this kid or this kid. Now, if y'all all adults here. If you think your kid has been influenced by this kid, your kid is 17 years old now. Okay? Your kid is old enough to make decisions. Pointing fingers at it now in first, second, third, fourth, I even give you 5th grade. But at this age, they're adults to make decisions. What you should be doing is quit blaming each other. And what you should be doing is teaching your kids consequences. Because consequences are real. Daddy and mommy, when they go off to college, can't bail you out. And I'll give you an example. We were talking yesterday. My granddaughter was over here. She came over here. No, this is Saturday. They came over here yesterday, too. They came over Saturday for brownies. And the whole family was here. And they're like, oh, we have something to tell you. Everybody was excited. And Lele got accepted to Purview. She got grants and scholarships and all that. So she'll be going to Purview. Everybody was happy. They're like, Grandma, you're not happy? I was trying to fake it, but they could tell I was not happy about that. Because I know the history of that school. I didn't have students who went to that school. It's a great school, don't get me wrong. I know what kind of decisions and consequences that my grandchild, my oldest grandchild, is going to go through. She has a license. She has a car. She's got a job there already. I already know the consequences, and I know I have to give it to God and leave it alone. But I could not even be like, wow, I couldn't. When other kids, because I had another parent tell me, oh, my kid made it into some school. And I was like, yeah, I know she could do it. I was all happy. But when it's your own, it's like, oh, hell, I'm not going to be that net. That net's gone. That safety net is not there anymore. But you have to let these kids grow up. So I was telling the parents, I'm like, I was sitting here talking to my granddaughter. She goes, Grandma, this is a good thing. I'm over here. Immediately, everybody's all happy and jumping up and down. And me, I'm like this. I'm like, well, let me tell you about your consequences. They're like, Grandma, really? So if these kids don't understand the consequences of their decisions and how it's going to affect them, then there is a problem. And I forget. And I'm going to tell you, my hat goes off. Because one thing I can say about my daughters, their kids pay the consequences. And I remember when I had, my grandbabies, okay, my daughters, Heather and John, I was their PE teacher. 2 of my grandbabies, I was their PE teacher, okay? And then I promoted up. Okay, when I was their PE teachers, my daughters and granddaughters, they would get in trouble. I wouldn't hear about it until either they told me or another student told me. So I would go find the teacher or the principal, whoever was in charge, and say, why didn't you come tell me? Oh, we didn't want you to be mad at them. Well, then you're not teaching them about their consequences. Yeah. You're right, I'm going to beat that ass. You're right. Whether for me to beat that ass, than them streets to beat that ass. Whether for me to beat that ass, than me standing and seeing them in a casket. Big difference. So it took me a while before I had to start telling people, like, it was known, those are Miss Johnson's kids. Because we were both at Candlewood. They went to Candlewood, and I was PE assistant at Candlewood at that time at Candlewood. At Coronado, my grandbabies were at Coronado, I was the PE teacher. So, and it was crazy. It was like, and I'm like, no, they're going to be disciplined, but they don't want to deal with me. So things were swept under the rug for them. which they weren't learning their consequences. Just like when I went to my grandson's school the other day, me and my daughter went to my grandson's school. He's in first grade. Great kid, plays football and basketball, everything. Doing good, go to church, got baptized. I'm truly blessed. But we get a call that he tells the teacher, because he didn't want to work, so he tells the teacher, I don't care. So the teacher calls. Says, yeah, he said he didn't care, but it's not really nothing. That teacher didn't want to deal with me. They all know me. And it's hard to deal with a principal's child because we know the law. We know what's going on in the principalship. We know. No one wants to deal with you. We know RTI. We know special ed. We know everything. So there's nowhere you're going to bullshit us in this meeting because we know, because we used to bullshit other people. So we all know. So the last thing you want to do, when somebody tells me I'm going to write this kid up, and the teachers used to say, I say, how come you haven't written him up? His mom's a teacher. I don't want to deal with him. Here, this district, no, in another district, I don't want to deal with him. How come you haven't run this? Oh, his dad's a principal. I don't want to deal with him. I was like, shit, dang. So I can understand because, so what I did was we went to the school. We did this Friday, y'all. And we're sitting there talking to the principal. He's a really sweet guy. They work their ass off in this school. My hat comes off to them. And so the principal comes in and he sits down and he starts talking. Hey, what's up, Ms. Johnson? I'm like, oh, nothing. And he looks at me and he says, and I say to him, I said, the teacher's doing a wonderful job. She really is. I said, but I know because Caden has this thing, I don't know, this charm about him. And I'm not just saying it because he's mine. He has this charm everywhere he goes. People just give him stuff. I see it. I see it. I mean, I remember they did that to me when I was a kid. And I'm like, she's like, well, we don't really want, him to get in trouble. And I was trying to fix it myself. Da, da, da. I say, no, to you, I don't care. To us, that's talking back. To us, that's a black kid in the community who, in the real world, tell your boss, I don't care, you're going to lose your job. Now, in your world, I don't care probably don't mean anything. And yes, I'm going black here. But in a black world, you tell somebody, I don't care, that you're gone. You're gone. We all know that. That's the sad part. We all know that. So, and then we get, well, you don't teach these kids, y'all let them do whatever they want. No, you have to let us know because I don't care what color they are. I don't care. That's important to me. You need to be on that phone calling Johnson, hey, I just told your kid I was going to call home and he told me he didn't care. Because every kid who told me that, I would call my parents, hey, I stopped class. Everybody stopped. Nobody moved. No, nothing. And y'all know me. I'd get my cell phone, dial my cell phone, didn't care what kind of trouble I got in. Because at that point, I seen a problem with this kid. Didn't care what color, didn't care who he was. But that kid had a problem. Because when you stop caring, now you're making it dangerous for everybody here. I wanted him to know, or them or her, how important I don't care means. So what I did was, we had the conversation. And so now I said, this is what we're going to do. He's in fourth grade. We're going to make a folder. And that folder is going to come home and go to school every day. Since he don't care. Because we do care. And this kid never gets in trouble. This is a one-time thing. But if we don't start putting things in place for these kids to understand their consequences, there's going to be a problem. So back to the people at the park. So we take care of this. I tell these parents, y'all are overreacting. Right now is the time where you should be sitting down, talking to your kids. If you're that worried about weed or what they're doing, research it. Y'all sit together, study it, look up the statistics, look up what's going on, seeing how people go to jail. I think there's 100 videos. Just go out and look on football players get caught, college football players lose scholarship for drugs. Start there. Two of them were football players. Just go there. Show them how they can lose their license. One of them, the one guy, he passes out to lose his job. And they asked me to do a video, so I will do a video on that one too, so y'all can see. Because this is the time of year, because people are getting these things, and people are saying like, no, there's nobody there, and da-da-da-da-da. No, people still, like a lot of people think seniors stay in school to the end. That's not how it happens. Some football players, right after Christmas, they're gone. That's it. They're at that college practicing lifting weights and stuff. So you ain't got Tom and May to tell them nothing. They already gone. Some people don't realize that. So, and there's even more now. You make all this money in college now. So the consequences are even worse. I think that's the worst thing they could have did to these kids. I mean, Little League has just made so much money now. I remember going back, I go to my grandkids' games and stuff because they all play sports. In Little League, there was hardly anybody at the games. Now, all you hear, it's like you can't even find a seat. Because everybody's like, oh, if I make this kid famous in college, then I can be, we don't have to make pro football. We only need to make it to college. So pro football, college has taken over the pro football. So those of you that don't know that, the kids can get paid now in college. You can buy a kid a car in college. So that's where I was going with that with them. And I was like, no. This is what y'all need to realize. You need to be showing them how you're going to be if this happens, then this is our plan. Like, I'm going to have a plan. I already started writing it for my grandchild. I'm going to have a plan. If this happens, then you do this. If this happens, you do that. If this happens, this is how you're going to call me. If you find yourself in this position, this is what you're going to do. Because you have to have that plan. Mom, grandma, everybody's got to be included in that plan when these kids go off to college. Because there are people on these campuses. One of them, I have a friend right now. I'm not going to say their names. Some of y'all know what I'm about to say. Their kid went off in sports. One of the kids on the team at the college they were at wanted that kid's position. And it was between them two. The other kid lost out to the kid I'm talking about. So he went to a party, and the other kid had him set up and put some stuff in their drinks. That kid was never the same, and to this day is not the same. Couldn't even play football. So that kid got to be on the starter team and keep his scholarship. So those are the things we need to be telling these kids. So that's the conversation I have with these parents. And when we got through talking, the first thing these parents told me was, why don't no one tell us this? Because it's called parenting. It's called looking at, and a lot of people to this day will say, my sister says it all the time. I love her to death. But she's changing a little. She did change, and I got to give you credit, Catherine. You're changing. Because we had this argument. I don't watch the news because it's so depressing. I don't watch the news because it's so depressing. Okay. I'm not telling you have to watch the news 24/7. But if you don't know what's going on in the world, if you don't know what's going on, how are you teaching your kids? How are you preparing your children? I'm not saying you have to watch every single thing. What I'm saying is you do have to know what's going on in the world so you can get your kids. And some people don't realize that. They don't get it. Now, the other day, my sister calls and she's like, hey, guess what? Da-da-da-da-da. I said, oh, whoa. You watching the news? You watching the news, huh? Totally different. There's these people out here that I know who are, I have like 9 or 10 friends who's trying to get me to be a self-coach. I won't do it. I have my license. I won't go into self-coaching. Because let me tell you why. They said, I don't watch the news. So if you're going to self-coach me and I'm having a problem, I call you and you're my self-coach and I was like, hey, I'm kind of worried because these planes are falling out of the air, or they're seeing these little, whatever the hell you call them, flying around. I'm kind of scared. How you going to help me if you don't even know what I'm talking about? How you going to be a self-coach and you don't even know what I'm talking about? How are you going to help me be okay if you don't know what my problem is? If you don't know what's going on? You can't. Instead, you're going to say, and this has happened. because I had this conversation. Instead, you're going to say, well, they don't need to worry about it. It's just government. But in their minds, they really are feeling in this and seeing this. So you would need to research. If I was that person coaching them, we would sit down together and research it, and I would show them, because that's what a self-coach does. It helps them be comfortable to keep going and not give up on themselves and get rid of the anxiety and everything that's affecting them. And people have taken it self-coaching so many different ways now. Self-coaching is not making you go to the gym and lift outs. That is not self-coaching. But that's what a lot of people have turned it into. So that's what I was telling these parents. You have to know what's going on in the community. You have to know what's going on in the world. You have to. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Because when your kids are going off to college, they're in the real world now. That is the world. So anyway, long story short, we finished and we were talking and everything, and then we went to go eat. I'm like, well, I'll go for a little while, but I won't stay, because I wasn't feeling well. This was not this past Saturday, the Saturday before last, by the way. I wasn't feeling well. So, and you could tell when something's coming over you. I said, not this Saturday, but last Saturday, if y'all remember on, I said, I don't feel good. Something's wrong. I remember that. So I didn't stay long. So they ate and everything. And then that night, one of the parents called me. They called me on what do you call it? We all on FaceTime. We all were on FaceTime. And they're like, thank you so much. I'm like, I didn't do anything. And they're like, we almost lost our kids because our stupidness, because us not willing to believe and thinking, not my world and what our parents taught us. And sometimes, and I love my mom and dad, y'all, my parents were my world, and they're both deceased. And I can tell you this, I had to stop doing some of the things my parents were doing. I had to stop doing some things my parents were saying it was okay. I had to change some of the thinking that my parents had taught me. And some of y'all need to change some of that religion your parents have taught y'all. So that's one thing I can say. I know with me and my church, my dad was Methodist. My dad was Methodist and then Catholic. My mom was oh God, what was it? And then she was, she was Methodist, and then she was, what do you call it? Can't even think of the name. Holiness or whatever. But we were all Baptists. They brought us up in the Baptist church. And it was really crazy, y'all. I was just studying, I'm studying Revelations. So, whoa, you talking about deep, it's deep. But anyway, I've already studied it before because I went to Concordia University. So we studied Revelations there. Before I graduated, I had 4 Bibles. We have to take Bible classes when you go to Concordia. But I don't know, it hit me a little different. I guess because I'm older now. So I don't know, I guess I'm on a rant here. So I guess what I was saying is about these parents and I was excited for my grandbaby, like, yes. But then there was part of me that's like, God help her. Because I know what goes on at Purview. I mean, it's a good school, but I know in every college, not just Purview, any college, man, I was kind of hoping she didn't get accepted and start off at a junior college. I'm just being honest. Can she go to St. Philip's? SAC? But you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. But when you let them go, the most important thing, I'm telling y'all, man, I don't care if you don't believe it. Give them God. Whether you believe in God or not, you better give them to your child before they leave out that door to college. Because I've seen many kids, these kids, and y'all think I'm kidding. I want y'all to Google something. Google students in college. How many valedictorians in America that actually graduate. I want you to Google that. Not many. Those that get up there, Michael Smith Johnson. Yay, yay, yay. Scholarship from Alabama, scholarship to New Jersey, scholarship to California, scholarship to Miami, scholarship. And then 3 years later, hey, Michael did good, huh? No, Michael didn't make it 6 months. Michael back at home. That's how that goes, y'all. That is the real world. That is the real world. I'm not even lying. Just research it yourself. The top 10 people, how often they actually make it. Research it. And like me, I learned a long time ago, which is probably bad for me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. My dad taught me early. My dad, y'all know Freddie. Freddie was crazy. My dad's Freddie. He taught me to don't ever let anyone know how smart you truly are. Because once they do, they'll know all your weapons you carry. And he told me the only weapon they need to know you carry is God. Don't be smart. Just keep it to yourself. That is how I stayed at a district for 36 years. And once I started doing it, because he told me this, I was like in 6th grade. I would do my work, and sometimes I would get my papers back, and I would panic. I'd get 100, and I'm like, oh, shit. This is... And one teacher, God bless her heart, in high school, she caught it. I got called to the office. They're like, come to the office. So I go, and my teacher's sitting there, principal's sitting there, assistant principal's sitting there. And my mom and dad sitting there. I'm like, okay, well, I ain't done nothing wrong. I'm in sports. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I mean, I was probably, y'all know me, didn't do shit. And so I was like, okay, what the hell's going on now? They're like, you made 3 C's in a row. I said, and? Usually you make all A's. And my dad, he's standing behind me. And I could feel his hand go like this. And I know that meant don't say nothing. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really get to study that much. I was tired. I was like, I'll try to do better. Because when that teacher started giving me hundreds, and back then they would give you 110. I'm like, how you get 110? If you got them all right, you got 110. I'm like, how I get extra 10 points? So that scared me. Because now I'm like, oh, she's seeing. She knows I could do this. They're going to expect more out of me. Oh, my God. Whatever. Not saying that's a good thing to do now. Don't get me wrong. That's just how I was brought up. So I didn't get in trouble. My dad was like, yeah, just chill. So I was chilling. And then it was easy after that. It became, most people didn't even know. I was working for 36 years, and most people did not even know I was a professional artist. I had my masters, 2 of them, and most people didn't even know that till 4 years later. I didn't even tell. You got an extra $100 and something at the district if you had a master's? Never told them. I don't know how the hell they found out. Never told them. Never said, hey, I got a master's, here you go. Never. Didn't care about it. My friends like, you know you get extra. Don't care, don't want it. Because then people start expecting things from you. And that's how I realized it. Now, am I saying I'm right now? No, that's me. I learned that at an early age. People didn't know that I grew up with my dad at an Ace Hardware store. People didn't know I knew how to make furniture. People didn't know I used to be a manager at Ace Hardware. People didn't know I used to be a manager at Home Depot. People didn't even know I was a master gardener, and you had to volunteer your time somewhere. And I was always at the Botanical Garden because you have to volunteer your time to keep your mastership. People didn't know that. I kept all that to myself. People didn't know I was a grant writer. People didn't know I owned and operated College Bound. People didn't know that. Go look at College Bound. That's mine. People didn't know any of that. I played dumb. That's what I did. That's what got me where I am right now. And now that I'm retired, who cares? What's somebody gonna do? Who cares? You know, they're like, dang, people didn't even know I could cook, y'all. They did not know I could cook. People say, what you bringing to the takeout? Oh, no, I'm going to get some chicken and bring it from H-E-B. So that is what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't let everybody see how many marbles you have. Because then they're going to want some of your pretty little marbles, but they can't have them. If you ever exchange marbles, you know what I'm talking about. And they can't have them, so they're going to get mad. And that's how they come after you. The minute I made Teacher of the Year, I had problems. The minute I made Spurs Teacher of the Game twice, I had problems. The minute I got 3 things from district for outstanding whatever, I got problems. The minute I got to Superintendent's Coffee, every single month I would make Superintendent's Coffee, and I'm like, y'all, please don't pick me no more. It's become a target on your back. When I was at Coronado and I made Teacher of the Year and they put it in the overhead outside, the thing outside, I became a target on my back. So everything my dad said was true. The easiest times for me on my job is when I was doing the less. That was the most unhappiest time for me. And let me tell you why. Because I had so much more to offer those kids and my teachers. But I couldn't. So I got to go, y'all. Take care of those babies. You guys, I'll do my t-shirts thing. Brendan Johnson Canvas Tag. I hope I'm making a difference in somebody's life. Because I know people who talk like I'm talking right now have made a big difference in my life. And I thank God every day for those blessings. I'm going to tell y'all something. God's real. Don't wait for, you don't need a plane to fall to believe God's real. You don't need a plane to fall before you go running to God. You don't need little objects flying in the world around and don't know what they are to go running to God. Those are all the wrong reasons, y'all. You should be running for God because you love him and you care and you know he exists. You guys take it easy. See you later.